If you've been waiting for the 3 EMA to cross the 8 before you take a trade, I need to stop you right there. That crossover you're staring at, it's not the signal. It never was. And if that's what you've been trading, I can tell you exactly why your entries have felt late or wrong, or like you're always one step behind the move. I'm Doug Campbell with Right Way Options. And today we're going to fix one of the most common misunderstandings I see in the 3-8 trap. Not because it's a small detail, but because it's the difference between predicting a trend and actually confirming one. Stick with me to the end, because once this clicks, you're going to look at every chart differently. Here's what happens to almost every trader who first learns the 3-8 trap. They put the 3 EMA and the 8 EMA on their chart. They watch for the moment the lines cross, and the second they cross, they jump in. That feels right. It looks like a signal. It's clean, it's visual, and it's easy to spot. But here's the problem. A crossover is a single moment in time. It tells you the lines touched. It does not tell you whether the trend actually has momentum behind it. Price can cross, stall, and roll right back the other way 5 minutes later. If you're entering on the cross itself, you're not confirming anything. You're predicting that the cross is going to hold. And I've spent 30 years in these markets teaching one thing above everything else. We don't predict, we follow. So today I'm going to walk you through what the 3-8 relationship is actually telling you, why the hold matters more than the cross, and how to start reading your charts the way I do. Let's jump into the charts and take a look.
Okay, let's start with what a crossover actually is. It's an event. A single candle where the 3 EMA moves from one side of the 8 EMA to the other. That event's useful. It tells us something has shifted, but by itself, it's not confirmation of anything. Think about it this way. If a friend were to tell you that they were thinking about changing careers, that's interesting information. It's not the same as them actually doing it. The crossover is the market saying, I'm thinking about it. The hold is the market saying, I did it and I'm committed. So let's take a look at what a fake out looks like here in the market. First, let's take a look at Netflix. Netflix has been in the news lately because it just recently reported earnings. And you can see in here that in anticipation of this earnings event, price pushed up, crossed over. And anyone who chased into that, well, obviously they were burned pretty heavy in here on that chart. And you can see that same pattern will repeat itself in charts all the time. We'll cross up, we'll end up showing us that failure, and we end up pushing right on down, following that trend to the downside. How about the QQQ itself? The QQQ recently has chopped up people's accounts because we get a lot of energy. We push up here. Everyone anticipates, here it comes. We're going to go right back to the highs. That crossover up occurs and it proves not to hold. It fails and drops back down. We do it again, and then we do it again, chopping people's account to pieces. So this is the exact pattern that burns traders who chase the cross. Price crosses up, it looks great. A few candles later, it's back below the 8, and now you're holding a loser that you entered on hope, not evidence. So what's the correction? The signal in the 3-8 trap isn't the cross. It's the 3 holding above the 8 exponential moving average over multiple candles. That sustained position is what tells us that momentum is actually behind the move, not just present for a fleeting moment. So let's take a peek at a chart that actually followed through with this. So here's a nice little cross-up trade. We had broken down in here, cross-up failure. Then it crossed up and held. And all you have to do for these trades, you don't have to predict them, place a price alert on the chart and wait for it. Wait for that trade to show you follow through. It doesn't require you to predict anything. It requires you to follow the price action of the chart. You can see there may have been another one right here. There was an opportunity for one right here. And right now, CRWD could be setting up for another one. We're following right along this upside trend. We'll be watching for that entry into the trade over here. Next chart, if we take a look at NVO could be setting up here again from this recent setup. We pushed on up, we rested in a continuation pattern from this trap long. Continuation pattern, it followed on through to the upside. Right now it's resting back. We're going to be watching this upside trend in here. And as this rests or consolidates, if that 3 holds above the 8, we can see that momentum sticks with that upside chart and it pushes the trade right on through to the upside. So notice what the difference is here. We're not reacting to the moment of the cross. We're watching for the price to move or prove itself. The 3 EMA staying on one side of the 8 tells us that in the short term, that short-term average is consistently outpacing the intermediate average. That's not a guess. That's evidence, candle after candle, that the trend has real momentum behind it. It ties directly into how I define trend structure. An uptrend always begins not with the cross up or that first impulse wave higher. An uptrend begins when we have the energy to hold a higher low, either in a pullback or a consolidating move, but we hold and those buyers step through, establishing an upside trend or providing us a continuation of an upside trend when that pattern continues to hold. A downtrend is just the opposite of that. A downtrend, the price has moved down. We cross back up or we hold or consolidate below that 8 exponential moving average, and the follow through occurs, and that begins a downtrend or follows through on that downtrend. So example right here on the same chart, 3 crossed below the 8, we rallied back, there's our failure. We rallied back to test the 8 here, and there's our failure in the same chart. So when you're looking at these price patterns, always remember that it's the first higher low that begins an upside trend. It's the first lower high that can begin the downside trend. The 3-8 trap relationship holding in that direction is your momentum confirmation. You don't have to predict, you follow it. Layered right on top of that structure, the structure of the price action of the chart. You're not just looking at one tool in isolation. You're looking at the structure of the pattern, the price action, and the movement. You want them all to agree. So what does this mean for how you actually trade? It means patience becomes your edge. Instead of jumping in and instantly trying to chase something where the 2 lines cross or cross over, you wait for the hold to establish itself. You might miss a few pennies or a few ticks here and there in that move. But I got to tell you, I'm fine with that because my odds of winning improves. Because you're not giving away anything in that early entry, except you're getting back many times over in those avoided trades that head fake you and whipsaw you out of that trade. This is where the pullback opportunity setup and the pop out of the box setup come from. Both of those setups exist specifically because we're not entering on the cross. We're entering once the hold is established, and price gives us that second lower risk entry point back to the confirmed trend. If you're watching or have watched any of my other videos on those setups, this is something that you might have missed. And a lot of traders miss this because when we put 2 moving averages on a chart, it tends to draw our eyes away from price action itself. So the crossover isn't the trade. The hold after the crossover is the filter. The setup is the actual trade. So here again, when we take a look at a chart, let's say we take a look at Apple here. Apple, we get that move in here where price crosses back over the 8 and we hold in here. We set a price alert. We wait for our entry for a winning trade. I didn't mark this potential entry on here because of the volatility. Notice the volatility in here. Had you jumped on this trade when it popped up here, you would have had to have chased that entry into the trade, making your risk to your stop loss pretty substantial. So I generally try to avoid those kind of trades. I want low risk entries into my trades. So the next trade here, you can see how low of risk entry that was into the position. It pops up, stops underneath here, winning trade to the upside on that position. And the same thing occurred right here in the trade on Apple. So I want to talk about why this matters beyond just chart reading, because this really is about discipline to follow a set of rules in your trading. Chasing the crossover comes from the same place that every other impulsive trade comes from. It's that fear of missing out, that fear of missing the move. It's wanting clarity before the market has actually given you any. But the market doesn't owe you an early entry. It owes you nothing. In fact, this is where volatility lives, where your account gets chopped up and your confidence gets destroyed by chasing those crossover moves. Your job is to wait for it to show you real evidence, not to guess and hope that your early entry is always going to matter. Some of them will win, but a large majority of them will also lose. It's about a 50-50 trade when you chase that crossover position. Every trader I've coached has struggled with consistency, had some sort of some version of this problem, that impulse to rush, to chase into a move. They were trading the anticipation, the single signal ahead of the signal itself. Once they learn to wait for the hold, not just the cross, their win-loss ratio improves. Their bad losses from that fast, painful head fake, whipsaw, it makes their losses drop significantly. That's where the real win and where the real edge lives in the market. Few are the trades that stop you out and destroy your confidence. So here's what I want you to take away from this. Stop watching the moment the 3 crosses the 8 like it's your green light. It's not. Watch for the 3 to hold above the 8 or below the 8 for multiple candles. That's the real confirmation that momentum is behind the move, not just present for an instant. Next time you're looking at a chart, before you enter, ask yourself one question. Has this held, or has it just crossed? That one question will save you more bad entries than almost anything I can teach you. If you wait or want the full breakdown of how this works and get a full understanding in the pullback opportunity and the pop out of the box setups, along with worksheets to practice spotting this in your own charts, well, that's exactly why I'm writing the 3-8 trap workbook that will be available soon. However, if you want to get started now, join me and many other 3-8 trap traders in the Right Way Options trading room every market day, where you can ask questions and get answers live. The link for a free trial is in the description below. I'm Doug Campbell. This is Right Way Options. Price is king. Follow it. Don't predict it. And I'll see you in the next video.